Okay, guys, we are back, and I hope you enjoyed that little story. Maybe you remembered it, maybe you didn't. I'm not real sure because it was a long time ago, but we read it the first week we were in kindergarten. Okay, and in the story, it talked about the little girl that went walking around the farm, right? Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of writing with this today. What I want you to do is put today's date on here for 28/20 in your notebook, whatever color it is. Okay, so be sure to grab that. Do not forget to pause the video anytime you need to stop. Okay, all right, so after you write your date, I want you to write the title. I went walking. When you're writing it, you're going to write the first letter of each word in an uppercase because it is the name of the story. Okay, so take your time to do that. Pause if you need to. Okay, all right. Now that we're ready to write our part, we're going to write a new page for this story, okay? Well, I think a good idea would be for you to get your red writing folder out because you're going to have some farm words right here that you can look at to help you, okay? So, when she went walking around, she would see animals of different color, wouldn't she? So we're going to have to come up with what farm animal we would like to see in our story page and what color is it, okay? So you may choose a yellow horse, I don't know. You may choose a orange chicken. Whatever you want to use is up to you. That is perfectly fine, okay? You're just going to fill in the pattern, the words where you make your choice in the story pattern. Okay, I went walking, period. Now my next sentence said, what, and we know how to spell what, did, we've talked about most of these words, you see. Now that is asking a question, isn't it? So our punctuation should be a question mark. Let's go back and read what we wrote because that's always a good plan. What did you see? Did it start with an uppercase? Are there spaces between the word? Is there a punctuation at the end? And then you would say, I saw a, now you don't write this line. You write a word. In this space, you would write a color word. What color word would you write? I saw my idea. And on this one, you would write your animal. On this, where this line is, your animal. I saw a, now I need a space. Always make sure you put those spaces. Looking at me. Okay, so you don't write this part here, guys. This is where your word goes, your color word, and this is where your animals go. And I want you to use your resources. You have a color sheet in there too that you can choose a color to write on the line, and you can choose an animal to write on the line, okay? Then you're going to want to go back and make sure, does it start with an uppercase? Are there spaces between my words? Is there a punctuation? Sorry about that. Punctuation at the end. Down here at the bottom, this is where you're going to draw what you see on your walk, okay? All right, that's good writing practice for you. It's good going back and make sure that you're putting all the things together that make it a good sentence, okay? All right. Now the next thing we're going to kind of look at today is going to be your little research on your animal. And like I told you yesterday, mine was a duck. You're not going to have, somebody may, but you're probably not going to have a duck here. You may have a cow, you may have a horse, you may have a goat, you may have a chicken, you may have I don't know what you have because I'm not sure what went in what folder. But that's what you're going to use for your directions to draw. Notice it's in sequential order. Do this first, try to make this first, try to make this next, then this, then this. And then at the end, you should have a complete animal. Kind of fun. So what I did is I took a minute just to practice drawing my duck, just to see if I could do it or not. And that's how he turned out. And then this is the page where you can do your final. Now mine probably practice was better than this one, and that's okay. But I was really getting good. I just think I need some work on the feet. So after you draw it, you may also color it, okay? All right, so just practice on that today and see what you can get done with your animal. Okay, now I want you to grab out your 3D shape book, okay? Your 3D shape book is going to give you information about these shapes. The cube, remember how the cube, how many sides does it have? 6. The sphere, the cone, and the cylinder. I'm sorry, I don't have a big work area here. Okay, there's my cylinder. I'm just going to stack it on top of my cube because we know those will stack. Okay, now let's take a minute to look at your 3D shape book, and we're going to go through and we're going to do, let's see, one shape a day. Okay? Oh my goodness, I'm trying to move this because I brought on a bump if I don't. All right, first thing I do is always the same. I pick up my pencil and write my name. I know you're at home and it doesn't belong to anybody else in your house, but it's good practice to be in because you're expected to do that, okay? All right, my 3D shape book. Remember, 3D shapes are the same thing as solid shapes, okay? Flat shapes are the same as a circle, a square, a rectangle, and a triangle. Okay, so let's turn to the first one. Oh my goodness, what do we call this shape? This solid shape, I could say this 3D shape, is a cone. What do you hear at the beginning of cone? Cone. And then there's an E on the end. If you want, you can look at your scavenger hunt, and I have given you a paper like we were using last week, and it tells you how to spell cone and cube and cylinder and sphere, because those are kind of hard words. Cylinder and sphere. Cone and cube are a whole lot alike. They start with the same letter. They both have an E on the end. Look what just changed in the middle. O-U. Okay. Anyway, a cone has, well, let's take a look at him. How many faces? Has one face. Now, edges are where the vertices or the points meet, and there's no lines where they meet, guys. None. So it has 0 edges. And how many vertices? Has 1. So we call it one corner. That's called a vertices or a vertex if it's just one. It's the same thing, okay? So there is your cone, and there's your information for it, okay? All right, I'm going to quick go through these other things that you have that you can go ahead and continue to work on. We'll look at the crafty tomorrow. Don't forget that we're going to go review living and non-living. And here is a way to review your 2D flat shapes, just like a flat piece of paper, just like cutting out your caterpillar's head. It was just a circle. That's a 2D shape. Solid shapes are 3D, okay? They have dimension to them. That's what they have. And then, there's one more thing I was going to show you about. Oh, your word search. You may do some fun things on this. Remember, this is just for fun. See how many words you can find today. You can work on that every day or whenever you get a chance. And thinking about all the farm animals. I bet you can write a lot of them now that you have heard some stories and you've got your writing information and all that. So just kind of work on this at your pleasure, okay? And these kind of things are really good at helping you find letters and spell words and all that kind of stuff. Okay, guys, that's kind of all you really need to do today. Don't forget about your s'mores videos, and I will see you tomorrow, loves.